So, Charlie, man, we got another video. We got a 201 video. We got Stephon Diggs just lost everything, and it's getting worse, man. It's part one.
Pleading not guilty this morning to assault charges in Massachusetts.
I think the Patriots and Stephon Diggs are headed for a breakup for football reasons this offseason. There's no way that you're going to tell me they have that conversation in the room and they're not talking about, well, how is he off the field? How have things gone for him off the field?
When you take a step back and look at the full picture, Stephon Diggs' year might be one of the craziest years I've ever seen in NFL history. I mean, imagine this. You sign a 3-year, $69 million contract. You bounce back from a torn ACL. You lead your team to the Super Bowl for the first time in your 11-year career. And somehow, within a span of about 8 months, you manage to lose all of it. Your reputation, your relationship with one of the biggest rappers on the planet, the Super Bowl, and to make things worse, your freedom might be next. The story of how this man went from being the centerpiece of the New England Patriots revival to standing in a Massachusetts courtroom is insane. So far, he's pleaded not guilty to felony strangulation charges, but this is one of the wildest falls from grace we've seen.
I don't think he's going to, if he beats it, I don't think he's still going to be an
NFL player in a very long time. And what makes this story so insane is that there were warning signs from the very beginning. Before he ever played a single snap for the New England Patriots, there was a video on a yacht that should have told everyone exactly what kind of season this was going to be.
Yeah, but like I said, bro, I feel like you can't let this type of stuff get to you, bro. Like, your clout, your name, bro. You can't let that get to you and then allow you to do stuff like this where you go to yachts and shit and gamble and, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, this right here can, so many allegations can happen, so many different things can happen, your career go down so much easier. It's like when you're famous, you just certain things you can't
But
do.
here's the thing that's really confusing me. I'm not typically one of those celebrity e-news type of channels, but I have to admit, what happened at the Super Bowl between Stephon Diggs, Cardi B, and a woman connected to Cardi B's ex Offset is absolutely insane. This woman was at Bad Bunny's halftime show and then somehow found herself up in an executive suite as well. So I'm just gonna package that in here as well, because Stephon Diggs has truly had one of the most bizarre months I've ever seen in NFL history. Now, real quick before we get to the content, if this is your first time seeing videos, is files. So to make sure I don't get shadow banned or anything, make sure you subscribe, turn on our notifications. Gotta go all the way back to Memorial Day weekend 2025. Stephon Diggs had just signed with the Patriots 2 months prior. He was supposed to be the guy, the veteran who's gonna come in, mentor the young receivers, and be Drake May's #1 target, and bring some legitimacy to a wide receiver room that desperately needed it. He was coming off of that torn ACL from his one disastrous season in Houston, where he only played in 8 games but put up 496 yards before his knee gave out. But the thing is, whenever Stephon Diggs was healthy, the Houston Texans had a lot of success. So the Patriots were betting on Stephon Diggs being able to be that guy for Drake May. So what does Diggs do before he even gets to OTAs? A video surfaces of him on a yacht in Miami, surrounded by women, and he's holding up a clear plastic bag with what looks to be a pink crystallized substance. He literally hands this bag to one of the women on camera. Now, nobody ever confirmed what was in that bag, but I can guarantee you it wasn't Kool-Aid. The Patriots wouldn't say, but based off of my advanced analysis, I would go on and say it was 2C. Now, Cardi B was also seen in the footage from that same yacht outing. The two of them had been spotted together leaving the Met Gala earlier that month and sitting courtside at a Celtics-Knicks game. So the romance was already in full swing, but it was the pink bag that had everybody talking. Now, look, if you are a star NFL player and you are partying, I mean, by all means, have a good time. But I've said multiple times on this YouTube channel, whenever you represent the NFL, you don't want footage like that hitting the media. The NFL takes its reputation very seriously, and that wasn't necessarily the greatest look. Now, at the time, this was kind of swept under the rug. I mean, the Patriots had a new head coach, Mike Vrabel. He got asked about it during OTAs, and all he had to say was the team was aware of that video and that conversations would stay internal.
Well, it's something that we're aware of, and obviously we want to make great decisions on and off the field, and any conversations that I've had with Stephon will remain between him and I and the club.
And when Diggs finally talked to the media at minicamp, he basically said he doesn't discuss his personal life with people he doesn't know. He told reporters that I've been in this league 10 years. You can format a question any different way, and I'm going to answer it the same way. NBC Sports made a very good point about this. Diggs had zero reason to come clean about what was in the bag. If he admitted it was something, he'd probably end up in the NFL substance substance abuse program. The league declined to comment, and thanks to
Instead
how
of fund it, man.
the policy was revised, it's nearly impossible to get suspended through that program. So the whole thing kind of just went away. The Patriots turned a blind eye, and everyone moved on. But looking back now, that yacht video was chapter 1 in a story that was about to get a whole lot worse.
No dudes in sight, bro.
Now I gotta give credit where credit's due. On the field, Stephon Diggs delivered. He put together 85 catches for 1,013 receiving yards and 4 touchdowns across 17 games. He was Drake May's go-to guy. He hit the 1,000-yard incentive in his contract in Week 18, and he helped lead the Patriots to one of the greatest one-year turnarounds in NFL history, going from 4-13 last year to 14-3 this year. They won the AFC East title, their first since 2019. This was the comeback year. They won the
since thanks to the Bills lost to the Eagles. Hey, shout out my team, man. Shout out my team.
AFC East title, their first since 2019. This was the comeback story that everybody wanted. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. According to court documents and police records, around July 20th, 2025, a woman named Mila Adams began working as a live-in private chef at Diggs' residence in Dedham, Massachusetts. She cooked for him throughout the season. But
a chef? I don't think many people have a chef, though. But I feel like, I'm going to be honest, like in my opinion, too, I feel like if you're famous, you have a chef, and you're a dude, it has to be another dude, bro. Because I know, like, AMP, I think they have a dude chef. Like, I think you have less allegations if your chef is a man.
Relationship between employer and employee started to
but I mean, I wouldn't see, like, there's no problem with doing it as a
deteriorating over money. Adams believed that she was owed wages that Diggs wasn't paying. Now, here's where things that's money. Adams believed,
according to the police report, the chef told police the two had been on an ongoing exchange of money,
that she was owed wages that Diggs wasn't paying. Now here's where things escalate. On December 2nd, 2025, and remember this day because it's literally the day after the Patriots beat the Giants 33-15.
December what? Hold on.
Remember this day because it's now here's where things escalate. On December 2nd, 2025, and remember this day because it's
December 2nd.
Literally the day after the Patriots beat the Giants 33-15 on Monday Night Football. Adams alleges that Diggs entered her unlocked
look, you look like him now. Her bedroom. Damn, she has a bedroom too.
To discuss the unpaid wages situation. According to her account to police, the conversation got heated and Diggs got angry and smacked her across. That Diggs entered the Giants' 30th bedroom to discuss the unpaid wages situation. According to her
allegedly, you know what I'm saying,
account to police, the conversation got heated and Diggs got angry and smacked.
So he's supposed to be owing her money, and he didn't give her the money that she's supposed to have, I guess, from being a chef. So she has a bedroom in his house. He went in the bedroom. This is the day after they beat the Giants. You know what I'm saying? And allegedly, this is what he did. I'm not going to say it. And also tried to do this as well. Damn. Is it like this? Like, what is a crook elbow? Crook of his elbow? What does that mean? Like these, right? We put it against their neck, kind of. Right? I don't know
across the face. But it didn't stop there. According to court documents, Adams says that Diggs then tried to choke her using the crook of his elbow around her neck.
But how did he do that? If she's sitting down, how did he?
And smacked her across the face. But it didn't stop there. According to court documents, Adams says that Diggs then tried to choke her using the crook of his elbow around her neck from behind. She told police that she had trouble breathing and felt like she could have blacked out. When she tried to pry his arm away, she claims that he tightened his grip. Then, according to her account, he threw her onto the bed and said something to the effect of, "Thought so," before walking out of the room. The text messages obtained through court records paint a picture of a heated financial dispute. The chef texted Diggs saying that he wasted her time and that she was out of his life. Diggs fired back with a text that read something like, "I won't be paying you. What do I look like? Paying you and another chef. Is you high?" Now there's a timeline here that very much matters. The alleged assault happened on December 2nd, but Adams didn't immediately go to the police. The police report is dated December 16th. She initially hesitated to file charges due to Stephon's fame, but later changed her mind.
So she appeared emotional and was initiated to report.
By December 23rd, she confirmed over the phone with Dedham police that she wanted to move forward. The report noticed some redness on her upper chest, but no photographs were taken as evidence. And that right there is going to be a major factor.
Allegedly, if basically she just didn't go to the police because She knew
and how this case plays out. On December 13th, Diggs was formally charged with 1 felony count of strangulation or suffocation and 1 misdemeanor count of assault and battery. The Patriots released a statement saying that they were aware of the accusations and that Stephon has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support Stephon. His original attorney, David, that he
and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and for the President Wild, given that there's only
categorically denies the allegations. We support Stephon. His original attorney, David Meyer, put out a statement calling the allegations unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and were never investigated because they did not occur. He called it a financial dispute that didn't get resolved to the employee's satisfaction. Basically, they're saying this was all made up because she didn't get paid.
Oh.
So Diggs' arraignment was originally set for January 23rd, 2026, 2 days after the AFC Championship game, but his lawyers got a judge to push it back to February 13th, 5 days after the Super Bowl. And that was a huge deal, because no arraignment meant that the NFL likely wouldn't put him on the commissioner's exempt list before the season ended. Diggs was free to play in every single playoff game. And let me tell you something about that. Can we just think about what I'm saying here for a second? A man got his felony strangulation charges pushed back just so he could play playoff and Super Bowl football. The NFL's personal conduct policy says players can be considered for the exempt list following formal charges in the form of an indictment by a grand jury, the filing of charges by a prosecutor, or an arraignment in a criminal court. No arraignment means no exempt list. The system worked exactly how Diggs' team wanted it to work. So Diggs plays through the entire postseason.
Because imagine he wasn't able to play this.
He scores a touchdown in the divisional round win over the Texans. The Patriots beat the Broncos in the AFC Championship. And suddenly, Stephon Diggs, the guy with the felony hanging over his head, is playing in his first Super Bowl at age 32. Everything he's ever worked for in his entire career. I mean, we know that famous photo of Stephon Diggs watching as the Buffalo Bills got eliminated by the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. Now, you would think that Stephon Diggs would avoid...
And I've seen some AI ones of him doing it with
controversy from here on out. I mean, he's about to play in the most important game of his career. But on Super Bowl opening night, February 2nd, a reporter asked Diggs if Cardi B would be getting an engagement ring after the game. And this was his answer.
Cardi getting her ring?
It's on the agenda maybe, right? I gotta get mine first though.
The man was literally teasing a proposal 6 days before everything blew up. Now, let me set the scene of what actually happened at Super Bowl 60. Cardi B is there. She's at the Fanatics pre-game party on Saturday. And when a reporter asks her for an inspiring message for Diggs, she said this.
Inspiring message.
Good luck.
That right there told everybody that something was off. But here's where it gets absolutely insane. Before kickoff, the NFL released footage of Diggs greeting his friends and family on the sideline. And standing right there next to Diggs' own mother was a woman named Pri. She shook his hands and told him, "I love you." Pri posted pictures from her side.
Wait.
Was a woman seen on
Pri didn't shy away from making her online presence known while she was at the game, posting pictures of her view from the side.
Instagram. She had a credential badge that gave her access to the Patriots team hotel. She was documented on the field at Levi's Stadium.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Near Diggs and his teammates hours before kickoff. Now, why does this matter? Because Pri is allegedly the same woman who had an affair with Offset while he was married to Cardi B. Let me say this again. So
imagine, that's crazy to think. Like, you could literally have a famous boyfriend and a famous girlfriend, and the famous boyfriend cheats with a girl on the girlfriend, and then the next person that the girl gets with after getting cheated on gets cheated on by that same girl with another person.
It sinks in. Stephon Diggs brought the woman who reportedly helped break up Cardi B's marriage to the Super Bowl, where Cardi B was in attendance. Again, we're not an E-News channel, but when you combine all of this stuff, it's actually insane. I now understand why Stephon Diggs' Minnesota Vikings teammate said this about him.
Devin, what guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Yeah, I remember this.
Diggs.
I remember this was a long time ago.
We're gonna leave it like that. No. What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Stephon Diggs.
Why Diggs?
It's crazy.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Least I should date my sister, Diggs.
Now this is where it gets even more diabolical. She wasn't the only one. Diggs' ex, Kiana Barber, was also at the game with their baby son, dressed in Patriots red, posting Instagram stories from the venue. So you
got your ex, your new girlfriend, and another girl that was broke up your
You've got
new
Cardi B, the mother of Diggs' newest child. Then you've got Kiana Barber, the mother of another one of his kids. And then you've got Pri, who's connected to Cardi B's ex-husband's infidelity. All at the same stadium, all for the same man. So this is where context matters. Diggs has 6 children with 6 different women. Reports indicate that 4 of his babies were born in 2025 alone.
Yo, yeah, this is what I said, bro. When you got a big status like this, you just gotta watch what you do, bro. That's all I gotta say.
4 kids in 1 year with different women. Now, Cardi B knew about some of this. When news broke about the baby with Aileen LaPera, Cardi went on social media and said that. When news broke about the baby with Aileen LaPera, Cardi went on social media and said, "That's your baby daddy? That's my baby daddy too. What now?" She was trying to brush it off, but there's only so much that a person can take. On game day, Cardi B appeared on Bad Bunny's halftime show, dancing alongside Pedro Pascal and other celebrities. It was a huge moment, but after the halftime show, Cardi B left the stadium. She didn't stay for the second half. She didn't post anything supporting Diggs on game day. She was
just Raising Cane's.
Just gone. The Patriots went on to get blown out by the Seahawks 29-13. Diggs was invisible. 3 catches, 37 yards, no touchdowns. Seattle's defense ate Drake May alive, and Diggs couldn't do anything about it. It was the worst possible ending to what had been a magical season. And then, within hours of the final whistle, fans noticed something. Cardi B and Stephon Diggs had unfollowed each other on Instagram. Screenshots started flooding social media. Then came the Instagram comments. Damn. One of Diggs' posts, Cardi reportedly wrote, "You're a disgrace to the game." And Diggs reportedly fired back, "You're a disgrace to music." Now, the authenticity of this exchange hasn't been fully confirmed, but the unfollowing was very real. The two would break up the very next day. And it gets even more diabolical. I mean, again, not an E-News channel, but the story's crazy to me. Reports also surfaced that Diggs was allegedly caught sneaking a female friend into his hotel room.
Yo, Diggs, yo, bro. All right, listen real quick. Let me talk to you. All right, you feel me? Now, you a man. I can't tell you what to do with your life. You feel me? But bro, you got too much of a status. Like you are an amazing NFL player. For me, you already got 6 kids. For me, you dated a known rapper, singer, whatever you want to call it. For me, shout out Cardi B. For me, made it to the Super Bowl, first time in years. For me. Or not years. Your first time ever in your 10-year career. That's what I'm saying. That's cool. Makes it you got all these allegations with the whole, I'm not gonna say too much, but the little fight with the lady and the your chef, whatever you call it. Feel me? And then you bring, you feel me, Cardi B's, how do I explain this? The reason why Cardi B broke up with her last boyfriend, you bring that girl, then you bring one of your baby moms to the game, and you bring Cardi B to the game, to Super Bowl. Like, I mean, I can't really say too much about that because, I mean, you're in the Super Bowl, people are going to come regardless, you know what I'm saying? Especially your kids, because if I was in the Super Bowl, I want my kids to come too, for me. But only one of your kids was there, so. Well, I'm not going to say it because I don't know if they were or not. But the point here is, bro. Alright, so you break up with Cardi B. Cool. But then you bring another girl in your house after this? When you already have 6 kids. And all these other allegations going on. It just gets to a point, bro.
Less than an hour after losing the Super Bowl.
And, damn, brother, you starving this bad? Right after you lost, less than an hour, you had 3 catches for 37 yards in the Super Bowl. Apparently nobody even seen you after the Super Bowl. Like you probably just went right to your hotel, and you bring another female into your sneaky. This says sneak or snuck, whatever you want to call it. It's the same thing. You snuck her into your hotel after the Super Bowl, no more than an hour after. So you were stressing, wanted to get you one off right quick, and you feel me. Did what you did, bro.
Neither Diggs nor Cardi B came to the million.
She spent $1 million on the after party for Stephon Diggs before leaving. And she left before half.
$1 million after party that had apparently been planned. And a video went viral showing Diggs and his brother.
Stephon Diggs. Patriots receiver Stephon Diggs and his brother Trayvon had to wait outside the club online with known people after losing.
Waiting in line.
And this is his family too. Shout out
And
Trayvon
outside
Diggs.
of a club like regular people. No VIP treatment, just standing there.
In the club not letting anybody in.
The funniest part about all this is 50 Cent is currently on this generational run for hating on Sean Diddy Combs. I mean, the man literally said he's going to reach out to Donald Trump to make sure that Diddy wouldn't have no chance of getting a pardon. So 50 Cent posts this photo of Cardi B and Diggs on.
Can you imagine waking up this morning and you done lost your girl in the Super Bowl? I would tell anybody to get away from me, have a drink, and go back to sleep. I love you 50, but not cool. I know my follow doesn't matter, but I'm unfollowed. Damn. This is looking kind of parasocial. I know, it's kind of parasocial right here. All these are parasocial. Well, no, I'm not going to say parasocial because this is, I respect this one. But you can't tell him to stay out of it if you're in it. The whole unfollow thing, I mean, that's you. I don't really care what y'all do.
On Instagram and wrote, can you
But yeah, he didn't have to call her beat.
imagine waking up this morning and you done
But I ain't
lost
gonna lie, he is kind of speaking facts. But besides this B thing, shit,
this
I'll be
woman
mad.
and the Super Bowl,
Your
I would
first ever
tell
Super Bowl,
everyone
you
get
lose,
away from me, have
and
a
you
drink,
lose your
and go
girl,
back to sleep. Then on
and
February
you getting bashed all over the internet.
11th, Diggs posted what everyone called a cryptic Instagram message, a photo roundup
Gratitude and fear can't coexist in the same space. A reminder to control what you can control. Many things once
from
It's the wrong messenger, bro. That's all I
the
got to say.
Patriots season with the caption, gratitude and fear cannot coexist in the same space. A reminder to control what you can control, remain thankful, and stay motivated. He
That's a
turned the
good message,
comments
though.
off.
That
And
was
here's
a
the
good-
funniest part. He included a photo with Kiana Barber and their son, but nothing featuring Cardi B. That tells you everything you need to know about
Wait.
Kiana. Stay motivated in the same from the Patriots season with the caption. Part, he
Please,
included a photo with Kiana Barber and their son, but nothing featuring
like
Cardi
this.
B.
Fine.
That tells you
Yeah.
everything you need to know about where this man's head is at. Which brings us to the more important part of this story. Friday, February 13th, 2026, 5 days after losing the Super Bowl, less than a week after his very
Golly, bro,
public
this is
breakup
almost
with
going
Cardi
on.
B, Stephon Diggs walks into Dedham District Court in Massachusetts to face a judge for
Yeah,
the
right,
first time
dude.
on felony strangulation charges. And drama hit before he even walked in the door. The day before the arraignment, court records show that two of his defense attorneys withdrew from the case, David Meyer and Michael DiStefano, the guys who had been representing him since the charges dropped. Both of these individuals pulled out. See, Stephon, it's not that
So what?
hard. But they were replaced by new attorneys, including Sarah Silva and Mitchell Schuster. When your lawyers bail on you the day before your court date, that's not a good sign. The hearing itself was
Wait,
quick.
why?
Stephon Diggs was in front of the judge for about a minute. He didn't speak.
One of his lawyers was in front of the judge for about a minute.
His attorney entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. The judge released him on personal
There was no
recognizance,
contact
meaning no bail.
with the victim and was released.
He was ordered to have no contact.
Yeah, no bill. Okay. Today's pre-trial hearing is scheduled for April 1. And be ordered not to have contact with the victim.
With the victim, including through third parties. His next court
they-
date is a pre-trial hearing set for
And that's
April
like-
1st. Outside of the courthouse, his new attorney told reporters that
Please tell me what you told everyone.
That Mr. Diggs will be exonerated. We believe he is completely innocent, and same thing I've been saying.
Why you say we believe though? See, you gotta catch these type of people, bro, or just words that people say. He said we're believed that he's innocent. That means that he's not. You could have, I mean, not necessarily that he's not, but that you don't necessarily believe. Like, not how do I explain it? That it's not guaranteed, basically. Because if I say I believe that we're gonna win a game, that doesn't mean I actually think we're gonna win. It's just like, you feel me?
It's a shame that this had to happen today. It's procedural. It's not indicative
think he did it, though. I'm
of
just saying.
guilt.
Well, he
But
said it,
when
like,
the evidence
it-
is presented, we expect he'll be completely exonerated.
And I saw you.
he's a good person, and we're looking forward to the prosecutors seeing all the facts and evidence that we've gathered. Bro, I mean,
But
like,
yeah, Trayvon, you gotta help him out, bro. You feel me? You a good DB. You gotta help your brother out, man. Sit him down, just talk to him, bro. Feel me? So he could change his life, bro. I'm not saying he did anything like, bad, but I'm just saying like the whole like all these kids he got and stuff like that. Man, like I said, I can't tell another man what to do with his life. But I just feel like he got too good of a career. At least if you're gonna do all this type of stuff, like have all these other girls and stuff, at least do it after he retire. Feel me? or something like that.
I don't know Stephon Diggs' character, you know, but it's just like when you take everything I said in this video, I know a lot of them are allegations, and I know we shouldn't comment on people's personal lives. Does he really strike you as a good person, though? Really talented football player, yeah, for sure, but good person? Now, Diggs made no comments. He was whisked away to a waiting SUV by his legal team. But here's where it gets really compelling. Just hours after Diggs entered his not guilty plea, his accuser Mila Adams released her own public statement through TMZ, and it was pointed out that she called herself a professional chef with over 10 years of experience working with public figures
professional chef
in the sports
How the hell are you a professional
industry. She said that her reputation and integrity mattered deeply to her. She directly addressed claims that she was trying to settle.
I thought they said like you can't like talk about this other stuff though.
For money, saying she has never sought money nor engaged in settlement discussions to settle this matter, and called those suggestions harmful.
I know, but that's what I said too. Like I said, bro, if you gonna have a chef and you famous, I think you should have a dude, either a dude or just have your girl do it, bro. But I don't think you should have a female chef because I feel like that leads to a lot of allegations. Then they may try and, especially if they live with you, they may try and like blemish your image in some way. From me, so I just say be careful.
She identified herself as a survivor of domestic violence and said she would never make false claims for personal gain. Adams said that she didn't seek public attention and reported the matter through proper legal channels. She said that she trusts the legal process and asked others to stop spreading false narratives. That statement is significant because Diggs' previous legal team had reportedly been trying to negotiate a financial settlement. Adams is publicly saying that that's not happening. And there's another layer to this. Remember, before the Super Bowl, Cardi B actually defended Diggs against the chef's allegations. She posted alleged text messages between herself and Adams on
take all y'all talking shit on your knees, huh? Hey, W Cardi B though. I'll put that on my. Oh. Okay. Huh? I'm super sorry I can't talk to you. I didn't say that, especially in the way it was written. Please contact my mediator. Chill. And she was answer anything you need to know.
Social media to prove that she wasn't involved after Adams reportedly claimed that Cardi knew about the assault. Cardi said the woman never told her about being touched, but she quickly deleted those posts. And now that Cardi B and Diggs have split, that defense isn't coming anymore. So what happens now? Let's break this down from multiple angles because there was a lot in this video. From a legal standpoint, Diggs is looking at serious time if convicted. In Massachusetts, felony strangulation carries up to 5 years in prison. He's also facing the misdemeanor assault charge. This case could drag out for months.
Bro, listen to me real quick. Come on, Diggs. We got it. Like, come on, bro. I'm praying. I'm gonna pray for you, Diggs. At the end of this video, we're gonna pray for you, bro.
Potentially,
I got another part after this.
All of 2026. The fact that Adam says she's not
interested. Nigga, 5 years. You're 32.
In a settlement and you got and wants to go through the legal process is significant. That makes this.
That means like I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't even want to speak into existence, bro.
Harder for Diggs'
but just his career
to make this go away quietly. And let's talk about the evidence situation. There are text messages showing the financial dispute. There was redness noted on Adams' chest in the police report, but no photographs were taken. No video evidence has been mentioned. That lack of hard physical evidence is going to be central to the defense. But here's what people forget. The NFL does not need a conviction to punish you. The NFL's personal conduct policy gives Roger Goodell the power to suspend players even without criminal charges. Remember Ezekiel Elliott? He got suspended 6 games for domestic violence allegations that never resulted in criminal charges. The NFL conducted its own investigation and suspended him anyway. Rashee Rice didn't get suspended until 2025 for something that happened in March of 2024. So the league takes its time, but eventually the hammer falls. Now that Diggs has been formally arraigned, the NFL can officially consider placing him on the commissioner's exempt list. That's basically paid leave. He'd still get his money, but he can't practice practice or play in games. Whether Goodell pulls that trigger probably depends on what the league's own
69 minutes and not even
investigation turns
play?
up. Historically, the league has used the exempt list when there's physical evidence. Pictures or videos with Ray Rice, pictures with Adrian Peterson, pictures with Greg Hardy. Without that kind of evidence in this case, it's possible that the league holds off and sweeps it under the rug. But a suspension at some point feels inevitable. The question is when and for how long. The NFL will likely wait until the legal case is resolved, which means a suspension might not hit until the 2026 season or even beyond. From a football standpoint, Diggs told reporters after the Super Bowl that he anticipates being with the Patriots next season. He said, unless they opt out of the contract, I anticipate being here. He's under contract through 2027 with that 3-year deal worth up to $69 million, but only $26 million was guaranteed, meaning New England could move on if they wanted to. And don't forget, the assault case isn't the only headache that Diggs is dealing with. In February, just days before the Super Bowl, he was hit with a defamation lawsuit from a man who alleges Diggs falsely blamed him for a stolen Ferrari that was being transported from Miami to Houston. The car was stolen by third parties, but Diggs allegedly told people this man was responsible, which the man claims damaged his consulting business. Back in October of 2025, an influencer named Christopher Blake Griffin accused Diggs of attempting to drug him for the purpose of assault during a 2023 incident and alleged a later murder plot. Diggs denied everything and filed a libel lawsuit in response. There was also a separate lawsuit from a former girlfriend alleging physical assault.
Diggs, my buddy. Like, this is like, come on, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, to just stay focused on whatever y'all want to do in life, bro. Because you got all these charges and all these, like, lawsuits and all this on you, bro.
A 2024 altercation, which Diggs also...
Well, I'm not going to say you... Bitch, I'm going to talk about what I just seen. But I'm not going to say you did in this stuff, bro. But this is a lot for one person.
So denied.
Be honest,
so
bro.
when you add all of this up, the yacht video, the felony charges, the Cardi B breakup, the multiple lawsuits, the baby mama drama, this is a man whose life is spiraling in every direction except forward. He went from teasing an engagement to Cardi B on Super Bowl opening night to standing in a courtroom pleading not guilty to strangling his chef in the span of 11 days. What makes this whole situation so wild to me is this is Stephon Diggs, the man who caught the Minneapolis Miracle, a 4-time Pro Bowler, a guy who has had 7,000 yards.
You got too much to prove to be doing this, bro.
Seasons. He was supposed to be entering the legacy phase of his career. He was supposed to be the veteran who helped Drake May grow into a franchise QB and brought the Patriots back to respectability. Instead, he's become...
And I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, he would have did a lot more in the Super Bowl if he didn't have all this on his chest, bro.
The most chaotic...
That's why you got to keep your mental health right, too, bro, because a lot of these things he probably did was because of everything that was happening. You feel me? Especially like when he snuck that girl in his house after the Super Bowl. His mental health was all fucked up. All these people were talking about him on the internet. You know what I'm saying? All these charges he might be facing. He just needed something to relieve his stress and some shit. Because, I mean, just because he snuck her in the house doesn't mean they did something. He probably just needed somebody to talk to that he could trust. Maybe he was talking to somebody after he broke up with Cardi B. He needed somebody to talk to, sit down and talk to him. And that's what he went to do.
Figure in the NFL. And the warning signs were there since the beginning. That yacht video back in May wasn't just a bad look.
And it's like anybody around him, like I'm not going to say his brother specifically, but like if y'all seen this happen, why didn't y'all say anything to him, bro? You feel me? Like have a sit down talk with him before, because everything's for Cardi B, bro.
It was a preview of a man who was operating with zero accountability. The Patriots saw it and said, we're aware. The NFL saw it and said nothing.
And it's like
now,
they try to
here we are.
Be on
the
your
pre-trial
side,
hearing is set for April 1st. The NFL's investigation is ongoing. His relationship with Cardi B appears to be over, at least for now. He's got multiple lawsuits coming from different
then again, you never know if that relationship is still over or not. Because I feel like certain things that happen, you got to just keep out. The internet, keep your relationship.
And a woman who says she's a survivor of domestic violence is publicly saying she will not be bought off and trusts the legal process. Whatever you think about Stephon Diggs' guilt or innocence, and I want to be clear, he has pleaded not guilty and deserves his day in court like everyone else. The reality is that his life off of the field has become a full-blown disaster, and it all happened while he was playing some of the best football in his career.
But hey, I gotta give him his credit, bro, because if he was battling all this and still was out there performing, had 1,000 yards, 85 catches on the season, that's real
Comment
good,
section.
And I think Flight said something about that too.
Down below, what do you guys think about all this? Aside from that, if you enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed, make sure you are subscribed, because otherwise you may never upload.
You got a 2-minute outro? All right, we're gonna see a little bit of comments, and then we're gonna get into the next video. Let me try to start recording. Okay. All right, let's get into the next video after this. We're just gonna read a couple. I don't think it was that deep. I don't think they were being like, they didn't think he was gonna do all this. They just said that because out of everybody on the team, that's what they didn't want to date. Yeah, I'm not reading. Yeah, no, we ain't reading. Never mind. All right, let's see this second video. We got Stephon Diggs. Nightmare keeps getting worse.
The Patriots will be releasing wide receiver Stephon Diggs next week when the new year begins.
There was a lot of noise towards the end, though, on the outs. A lot of noise. Everything that you potentially were worried about happening with Stephon Diggs seemingly all happened at one time, and it was at the very end.
A few weeks ago, we put out a video breaking down everything that's been going wrong in Stephon Diggs' life. The yacht video, the felony charges, the Cardi B breakup at the Super Bowl, the baby mama chaos, the fact that he lost the Super Bowl, the whole thing. When we dropped that video, I genuinely...
Shout out to everybody that does this little Bibleverse thing.
The fact that he lost...
in the NFL. NBA.
Lost the Super Bowl, the whole thing. When we dropped that video, I genuinely thought we covered the worst of it. I thought we were looking at a situation where Stephon Diggs would lay low, deal with his legal stuff, come back to the Patriots, and try to put his head down for the 2026 season. And that's what everybody assumed would happen. Instead, it got worse. A lot worse. Because on Wednesday, the New England Patriots informed Stephon Diggs that he is being released after 1 year, one season.
And he said that in the last video, he said that he wanted to stay with them if he could.
That $60 million contract is done. The team that
it says $6 million guaranteed
for 1 year, one season. That's $60 million.
Said they paid Diggs $6 million in guaranteed money next Friday if he was still on the roster.
$1 million contract is done. The team that stood by him through the yacht video, through the felony charges, through all the off-the-field chaos, just told him to pack his bags. And that's not even the craziest part of the last 3 weeks, because while all of this was happening, Cardi B has been on her Little Miss Drama tour, absolutely destroying this man on stage every single night. His ex is turning their breakup into concert content in front of sold-out crowds. BIA jumped in with one of the coldest disses of the year.
Can you name someone with more BMs than receiving yards?
Here, and Stephon Diggs, he responded by deleting every single post on his Instagram. Every photo, every video, everything. Gone. That's how you can tell the guy's going through it. For those of you guys who haven't seen the first video, let me give you the quick version, but I highly recommend you check out that first video for the deep dive. Last year, Stephon Diggs signed a 3-year, $63.5 million deal with the New England Patriots. Before he even played a game, a video surfaced of him on a yacht handing a bag of Tusi to women at a Memorial Day party. Cardi B was there too. The Patriots said that they were aware of it and they just moved on. And on the field, Stephon Diggs balled out. 85 receptions, 1,013.
Damn, motherfucking Siri. What is 2C? What is a 2C substance? Yeah, I'm not.
15 yards, 4 touchdowns. He became the first Patriot to crack 1,000 receiving yards since Julian Edelman in 2019. He helped Drake May develop into an MVP candidate and led New England to a 14-3 record and the Super Bowl. But on December 2nd, the day after a Monday Night Football win, his private chef, Mila Adams, alleged that Diggs smacked her across the face and choked her with his elbow during an argument over unpaid wages. He was charged with felonies and misdemeanor. His lawyers got the arraignment delayed until after the Super Bowl so he could stay focused on football and keep playing.
But that's still a lot going through his head though throughout that Super Bowl.
Then came Super Bowl 60, and Diggs had his baby mama Kiana Barber in the building with their son. He had a woman.
But I don't know if did he allow that? Because I don't necessarily think he brought all of them here. I think he just knew that they came. Or maybe they just told him he was going to before this.
Who allegedly had an affair with Cardi B's ex, Offset, on the side. my next.
But she said that she loves him. I thought that they were saying that he did something with her.
To his own.
But if she's next to their family
mother with an
and not even the other girl,
all-access hotel pass. Cardi B performed during halftime and then left the stadium. They unfollowed each other. Entertainment Tonight confirmed the breakup, and Diggs had a horrible performance in the Super Bowl. 3 receptions for 37 yards in a 29-13 loss to the Seattle Seahawks.
Hey, I don't even
then he and his brother Trevon got filmed waiting in line at a club like they were just regular people. I mean, Stephon Diggs was just down so bad here. And then on February 13th, he pled not guilty.
I thought after party was like more for if you win. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I mean, because they said Cardi B spent $1 million on it, but I just feel like after party, like when you want to. I mean, yeah, it does make sense to do it before the game's over, but I mean, you guess to have faith that y'all win. I don't know. I just don't see myself going to after party if I lose the Super Bowl.
At his arraignment, his chef released a statement saying that she won't be bought off, and his next court date is April 1st. That's where our previous video ended, and somehow everything after that became even more chaotic.
This is new right here. New news. Let's see what happens.
So here's what people need to understand. The breakup between Cardi B and Stephon Diggs didn't just happen and fade away. Cardi B kicked off her Little Miss Drama Tour on February 11th, just 3 days after the Super Bowl. And this tour has basically become a traveling roast of Stephon Diggs in front of thousands of people every single night. It started at her February 15th show at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. Now, this one was actually triggered by BIA, who had posted on X a few days earlier, "Can you name someone with more baby mamas than receiving yards?" I can. That's a cold shot at Stephon Diggs, and it went viral immediately. But obviously, we're not just making a video based off of BIA and Cardi B dissing Stephon Diggs. We cover football on this channel.
This is the thing, bro. They can't talk about his NFL career about this stuff. Like, you can't bring up his receiving yards and his baby mom shit, bro. That nigga got a lot of receiving
background
yards. I know it's a joke,
gives
but
you an idea of how
like still,
tough life has been.
Like, you can't discredit him from being an NFL player.
You would think that Cardi B, who just broke up with this man, would pile on, but actually, she did the opposite. At first, on stage in Inglewood, right before performing her song "Pretty and Petty," Cardi told the crowd,
"Just because I ain't with my baby daddy doesn't mean you get to talk about my baby daddy."
So Cardi B was defending Stephon Diggs.
Okay. That's good work. Made it clear the relationship set it aside. Disrespect towards Stephon won't be tolerated. The BIA reportedly took shots at Diggs over his personal life and his prediction. Cardi B stepped in with the firm
simultaneously confirming that they were done. It was the first time she publicly
I mean, like I said earlier, bro, you never know if these people are really still together. They just doing this to keep themselves off the internet.
The split, but that energy did not last. By the time the tour hit San Francisco on February 27th, Cardi B went full scorched earth. This is what she told the crowd.
"You can't be out here playing with a bitch like me. This out here praying for a bitch like me. You hear me? Too sexy to be lonely and too grown to be playing with."
And she kept going.
"I never had a bad bitch like this. Never in your motherfucking life. None of them with me."
Now, Cardi B later tried to walk it back on X.
Dear blogs, I'm performing song. I always interested song with the little razzle dazzle. Now everything is sharp personal. Make sure repeating lyrics from the song. Relax. I mean, if we're being real, that doesn't necessarily mean him. Like, what she was saying, it's not directly to him. Like, it could be anybody that was with her before.
Posting, "When I perform a song, I always introduce the song with a little razzle dazzle. Not everything is a shot or personal. I'm actually repeating lyrics from the song, so relax."
Well, I don't know about the lyrics from the song.
Nobody
I don't really
thought that. The internet already decided that this was about Stephon Diggs.
But she might be. I mean, I don't know.
Context made it pretty obvious. And the insiders are backing up what everybody already
But it could be a shot to anybody.
A source told Us Weekly that Cardi called things off a few days before the Super Bowl itself, meaning Diggs played the biggest game of called things
but the Grammy winner pulled
off a few days before the Super Bowl itself, meaning Diggs played the biggest game of his life while his relationship.
If somebody is famous like Diggs or just in general, I mean, that trust is always gonna be there.
Over.
That's why I say if you in a relationship with somebody and they famous, you got to keep it off the internet for at least a couple months, bro. I mean, I know it's gonna be hard to do that. I ain't gonna lie, like, yeah, I don't even think you can. I'm gonna be like, now I think about it, I don't even think you can do that. If y'all both have high status, there's no way you keep up the internet because you're gonna get caught up some point.
Source
Unless y'all just don't ever see each
said
other.
they were always so up and down, and that this isn't the first time they have broken
gonna
up.
find
Another
out be
source
together.
told People
Niggas
magazine
gonna
that
actually
Cardi
together,
pulled
like,
back because she couldn't trust him,
anything,
and that
bro.
her fans had been telling her that he is not right for her and that she deserved better. I just keep going back to
Fans
this
are so
clip
pressed,
of
bro.
all of Stephon Diggs' teammates on the Vikings said that they would never trust him to date his sister.
Devin, what guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Diggs.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your
Oh
sister?
yeah, I don't think
Stephon
he.
Diggs.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Diggs.
The insider added that Cardi B is now single.
Because I mean, other teams did that same thing, that same trend, and nobody said anything about anybody else.
And she's putting herself out there
Well,
again.
I'm not trying to
Meanwhile,
defend her,
the
I'm just
source
being
said
realistic.
that Stephon Diggs betrayed her so many times.
I mean, I
so
don't know what
we're
he
not
did.
just talking about the Super Bowl stuff. There's apparently a pattern here that was happening behind the scenes the entire time. And then Diggs did something that nobody expected. He didn't fire back. He didn't post a response. He did the opposite. He completely erased himself from the internet. And less than 24
I'll do that
hours
same
later, the New England Patriots told Stephon Diggs that he's gone.
Damn.
On Monday, March 3rd, people noticed that Stephon Diggs had
March
deleted
3rd?
every
It's
single
like 3 days
post
ago.
from his Instagram account. 2.5 million followers and not a single photo or video left. 0 posts. He didn't deactivate the account. His stories were still active, and he posted a GQ magazine cover and a gym workout video to his story. But the
Got
entire
Trayvon Diggs in the cut. Okay.
feed was wiped
No,
clean. Now, if you
Brian-
followed
Brian
Diggs'
Bronco
career, this move has a familiar ring to it. He did the same type of cryptic social media stuff back when he was unhappy in Buffalo before the Bills traded him. At this point, this is Stephon Diggs' signature move. When things get uncomfortable, the Instagram goes dark. Multiple outlets pointed this out, noting that the pattern
mind
was
off of
almost
it.
identical to what happened before his exit from the Buffalo Bills. The timing here matters. This happened after Cardi's San Francisco rant went viral. It happened days before the March 13th deadline, when an additional $6 million of his contract would have become fully guaranteed. And it happened while rumors were already swirling that the Patriots were weighing whether to keep him, restructure, or cut him loose. Then on Tuesday, he unfollowed the Patriots on Instagram. Sports Illustrated reported it. The writing was on the wall. On Wednesday, it became official. Tom Pelissero reported that the Patriots informed Diggs that he will be released when the new league year begins on March 11th. Mike Reese confirmed that his salary cap charge was set to jump from $10.5 million to $26.5 million, and that was the catalyst for the move. The Patriots didn't want to drag it out and told him early so he could get a head start on finding a new team. So let's talk about the money for a second, because the
So basically
financial
just said that
picture
it was
tells
the
the
money.
real story.
Hey,
By
that's what they
releasing
use as an
Diggs, the
excuse, I
Patriots
guess.
saved more than $16 million in cap space. They'll eat a $9.7 million dead cap hit for this year and $4 million in 2027. But that's a whole
So does that
lot
take
better
away
than
from
paying
their money?
$26.5 million for a 32-year-old receiver who disappeared in the playoffs and has a felony hanging over his head. And that playoff
Okay.
disappearance is the part
That's
that
decent,
doesn't get
yes.
talked about enough. Yeah, Stephon Diggs had a great regular
I mean, you
season,
can't
but
really
in
say too much about this though, like his receptions and stuff, because you know he's gonna get double teamed, bro.
4 postseason
But,
games, he had
I
just
mean-
14 receptions for 110 yards
mean,
and
yeah.
1 touchdown. That's an
Because
average
it wasn't
of
the
about
only, like, if you go to the Patriots game and you see their stat sheets, nigga, nobody was really doing. The only person that actually did something on a receiver wise is Matt Collins, bro. Shout out him. He was on the Eagles. He won the Super Bowl in 2017 with us. But other than that, bro, nobody really did anything for the Patriots.
28
So
yards
you
per
can't
game in
necessarily
the
say-
playoffs. In the Super Bowl,
You know what I
again, 3 receptions, 37 yards. When the lights were the brightest, Stephon Diggs was invisible. Patriots evaluators at the Combine described him as a declining player who disappeared against elite defenses in the playoffs. Now, it wasn't all bad. Mike Vrabel was speaking at the Combine on February 25th, and he praised what Stephon Diggs brought to the team.
Well, I mean, not only his future, but what he was able to do for us and come in and provide leadership.
Saying not
I mean, I don't know, too, because you got to realize, bro, when your name gets bashed, everybody's going to bash everything about you. You feel me? So it's like,
only his future,
it's
but what
fact,
he was
bro.
able to do for us and come in and provide
Anything you
leadership.
do that's bad is
His
gonna
teammates
get
said
bashed.
great things about him during
Even
Super
after all this is done and he, you know, he beats the case or not, we're going to pray that he does after this. But regardless if he does or not, people are still going to bash him anyway. So it's like, no matter what he does at this point, that's why I say, bro, when you have a name for yourself, you got to watch what you do, bro, because one wrong move, you're going to get people bashing for the rest of your life.
week. There's no denying that Diggs was an
You feel me?
emotional leader and a culture setter for that locker room. But in the NFL, leadership doesn't override a $26 million cap hit when you're about to turn 33 and you've got open felony
But I don't know.
charges.
I mean, I'm
Diggs'
gonna be honest.
response to
I don't know. Y'all think he should just retire after this?
Getting cut was actually pretty classy. He posted to his Instagram story, "Thank you
for a hell of a year.
For a hell of a year. We're family forever." And in a separate post, "Until we meet again." So props to him. There was no drama, no cryptic shots, just gratitude, which is interesting given everything else going on in his life. Think about what just happened to this man over the last 30 days.
What I'm saying,
he lost the Super Bowl. His girlfriend, the mother of his newest child, broke up with him.
That's why you also got to watch who you have kids with. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not religious, I just feel like you shouldn't really want to have anything with a girl or a dude until you feel me, know that that's who you're gonna be with. You know, if you are religious, I'll say when you get with a girl, we'll have God send you one first. So just do you, better yourself. God will send you one, whatever way He does, and then I'll say go off. You know, even if you are a social media influencer or whatever, or even if you're not, just stay off the internet with it for at least a couple months. Get to God about it, talk to God about it, pray with God, with her or him, and then go from there. And then you supposed to go
of the entire world. She's now roasting him nightly on a national
like
concert
everybody's
tour.
gonna do what
He
they
pled
want,
not
so
guilty to a felony, and now the team that gave him $69 million just told him he is not worth keeping. This all went down in a span of 30 days.
But
that is a
lot.
That is hard to comprehend. And here's what
especially because he's getting older.
Guys, this is a consistent pattern in Stephon Diggs' career. Stephon Diggs has now been with 4 teams in his career, and the exits keep getting uglier and faster. He spent 5 years in Minnesota, 4 years in Buffalo, but these last 2 stops, Houston and New England, he's been in and out in a single season each. The trajectory is accelerating in the wrong direction.
But yeah, I mean, the more money you get, the more ego you get, the higher your
I'll walk you through this because when you line it all up, it's absolutely
you get a bigger ego
wild. In Minnesota, he was a star. 5 solid years. He caught the Minneapolis Miracle, arguably the greatest play in NFL playoff history. But he eventually wanted
to lose to the Eagles on Super
Bowl, and the Vikings traded him to Buffalo. In Buffalo, he had 4 great years. He and Josh Allen were one of the best quarterback receiver duos in the league. 6
golly, 1,500 yards, and that's just in his first that's only his first 5 years. He said he played 10, didn't he?
Consecutive 1,000-yard seasons
that's like
between Minnesota
7,000
and Buffalo.
yards.
By the end, he was airing frustrations publicly. The cryptic social media posts started.
Now, it was before last year and this year, and he got another 1,000 this year.
Bills shipped him to Houston for a second-round pick. In Houston, an ACL tear ended his season after 8 games. 1 year, 466 yards, and he was gone. In New England,
that was like his first year without having 1,000 yards.
Narrative of his career: a comeback from the ACL, 1,000-yard season, emotional leader, Super Bowl run, and it still wasn't enough. 1 year and out. The Patriots
that does like mess up his mental health.
See the pattern here? 5 years, then 4 years, then 1 year, then 1 year. Each stop is getting shorter. Each exit is getting messier. He went from being traded for a second-round pick to just being flat out released. And at some point, you have to ask whether the common thread in all of these situations is the teams or if it's Stephon Diggs himself. And this time is different from the others because it's not just football drama. This time, there's a felony trial looming. This time, there are multiple lawsuits.
I would just say he should just.
The Ferrari.
All respect to him, I feel like he should just retire at this.
Defamation lawsuit. The Chris.
I don't even think any other team is probably going to want him anymore.
Griffin allegations. This time he's got 6 kids with 6 different women, and the most famous of those women is publicly airing the dirty laundry on a concert stage. So what happens now? Let's start with the football side. Diggs becomes an unrestricted free agent on March 11th, and despite everything, he is still a proven commodity on the field.
Just get close to God, get all this stuff out, like all this controversy away from me, and and just live a life, bro. You got millions of dollars. Maybe get you a little therapist. Talk to God every day. I mean, I can't tell you what you do, what you don't do, so I don't know if you do that anyway, but
he's had 7 1,000 yards.
Just try your best to just keep your mind clear
in his career.
Because I feel like the more and more you have your mental health how it is now, it's just going to get worse.
And he just had one last year. Teams are going to be interested. The talent is just simply undeniable. CBS Sports identified several potential landing spots. Washington makes sense because the Commanders have 5 receivers hitting free agency, and Jaden Daniels needs weapons. Pittsburgh is always in the receiver conversation, and Diggs could complement DK Metcalf there. San Francisco needs help at receiver badly after Brandon Ayuk's situation fell apart. And then there's a Tennessee reunion angle with Brian Daboll. Hall, who was Diggs' offensive coordinator in Buffalo during his best years. But here's the catch. Stephon Diggs is about to turn 33. He's coming off a postseason where his production fell off of a cliff. And
I would say, bro, maybe just take a year off. If he wants to still be in the NFL, take a year off of the NFL, but still work out. You know what I'm saying? Probably work out with Trayvon Diggs, be there for his brother, go to the game, stuff like that. Once he gets his his name back and everybody starts bashing him, then he can go, to the games. Trayvon Diggs go to his game. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And then he can come back to the NFL, kind of like what, Phillip Rivers did, Tom Brady, all that.
He has a pre-trial hearing on April 1st for felony strangulation. Any team signing Diggs,
or at least for the rest of the season, just stay off the internet.
Taking on all of that baggage. The off-field chaos is going to suppress his market. He's probably looking at a short-term prove-it deal rather than anything close to what the Patriots gave him. And then there's the NFL's discipline process.
But it's crazy how fast you can ruin your
career. Because the Patriots cut him doesn't mean the league is done with him. The personal conduct policy investigation is still active. Remember, the NFL doesn't need a conviction to suspend you. They suspended Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games on allegations that never even resulted in criminal charges. Roger Goodell has full discretion here. Now that Diggs has been formally arraigned, placement on the commissioner's exempt list is officially on the table. Whether that happens before the 2026 season depends on how the league's investigation progresses and what comes out of that April 1st hearing. On the legal front, the case is far from over. The pre-trial hearing will likely determine whether this heads towards a trial or if there's some kind of resolution. His accuser, Mila Adams, has publicly stated that she's not looking for a settlement and trusts the legal process. Diggs' previous attorneys withdrew from the case right before the arraignment, which is never a great sign.
He's just talking about the whole state of some
team. If convicted of felony strangulation in Massachusetts, he faces up to 5 years in prison. And for the Patriots, the move creates a massive hole. Their top receiver heading into 2026 is now Mac Hollins, who had 550 yards last season.
Hey, Mac Hollins ain't bad. I thought they actually got a decent receiver. They just didn't get the ball as much because they had Diggs.
Demario Douglas, and Kyle Williams. Young guys, but nobody who's a true number one. The Patriots have been in talks about...
And they did say they were going to get... They did say this, though, actually. But I thought it was going to be Stephon Diggs for A.J. Brown. But no, the Eagles are not going to trade him to the Patriots. There's nobody on the Patriots for us to get.
Waiting for A.J. Brown from the Eagles, and they're eyeing free agents like Alec Pierce from the Colts. Reports indicate that they're prepared to send big on the receiver market, so they're not just moving on from Diggs, they're trying to upgrade. Now, if this is your first time seeing one of my videos, make sure you subscribe, because otherwise you may never see one of my videos.
Oh, let's pray for Diggs, man. Feel me? Let's get this prayer, man. Because it's a lot for him, man. I know his mental health is probably going all over the place. I mean, he may not see this video or this prayer that I'm about to do for him. But, God's going to do his work. You may see it, may not. But let's pray for him, man. Lord, just watch over Stephon Diggs and just help him be able to, make good decisions and just get out of all this controversy and just come to you and just lay everything down at your feet and be able to just make a name for himself again, whether he, retires or if he does come back to the league. Just help him be able to, beat this case and just make a name for himself again and just have an amazing season again. But if he does end up wanting to retire, help him be able to make it to the Hall of Fame, or honestly just anything he can make it to. But he had an amazing season, amazing career. If he comes back to the NFL, allow him to just focus on the NFL and you and the kids he has to take care of, and just make a good bond with his kids and everybody around him, because they do need their father. And just help us all stay safe and just forgive Diggs for all he's done, because he's a sinner just like all of us. I mean, he may did a lot more worse than we have, but allegedly, but he's still a human being just like us. Also pray for his mental health. He'll be able to have a better mental health if he doesn't already. There's a lot going on in his head, a lot of things going on around him. So just help him be able to turn to you and to just trust in you. We love you, Lord. We're nothing without you. And keep his family safe as well. Trayvon Diggs, all his other family, his kids. Watch over them, be there for them. And we love you, Lord. We're nothing without you. In Jesus' my name, live. In Jesus' my name, amen. Love y'all, man. Jesus loves y'all. Hopefully Diggs see this. If he does, shout out to him, bro. Change your life, bro. For me, I know you probably didn't do any of this. You know what I'm saying? But shit, just try your best to come back from this. People are always going to have their speculations about you, bro. But you had an amazing football season, whether you retire or not. Just keep pushing any way you can, man. But love y'all, man. We got like one more video today. Y'all just stay safe, make a decision as well. And I love y'all, man.